At the end of the second season of his career, a young Klay Thompson was on top of the basketball world. After winning just 23 games as a rookie, the Warriors were headed to the playoffs. Klay was a starter with a Hall of Fame career ahead of him, and wouldn't you know it, to end the season and prepare for his first ever playoff run, Klay was going to get the chance to match up against his childhood idol. Perfect, right? Only this game would become a nightmare memory for everyone involved, and not because of the final score, although we did have a crazy game in front of us. To start things off, a young Steph Curry torched the Lakers for 22 first quarter points, as Steph put his own future greatness on full display. As for Klay Thompson, he did his part too, especially in the third quarter, where he led both teams in scoring, and walking off the court that night, while sitting on the bench getting ready for the fourth quarter with a 5-point lead. Klay Thompson was still loving life more than anyone around him. Let's rewind a bit and watch this.
Mark Jackson exasperated. He knows he's going to have to. Bryant attacking baseline, and he runs into a stone wall of Festus Ezeli, and he's holding his left knee.
You may think that this is the iconic Kobe was injured and made both free throws play. It was not, although Kobe did make both free throws.
4 for 4 since then, though 0 for 6. As he has it, spinning, in trouble. Oh, and he's limping, he's hurting. Kobe's hurting, and I don't know if he's going to be able to continue.
This play was also not the play that basically ruined the end of Kobe's career. Instead, Kobe proved yet again he was a maniac on the court and would not let this injury derail him. Despite obviously feeling the pain, Kobe led the Lakers on a surge.
Boy, every time the Warriors are jumping up and down, and Kobe around the back, spinning, shooting, scoring. Gone 32 minutes. Kobe, 3, yes! Big one, Bryant from outside, 107-104.
The Warriors were lost, and Kobe was about to do it again, only.
Lakers just 8 from their reserves. Bryant again going to work, falls down. Again, he's struggling, and he's going to stay down there for a bit.
Yes, this unfortunately was the game that basically ended Kobe Bryant as a basketball player. Any of us basketball fans will tell you that this moment was horrible. Kobe was never the same as a player, but also remember, Klay Thompson watched all of this happen in front of him, and again, Kobe Bryant was his childhood idol. And when you grow up wanting to emulate your idols, you certainly do not expect to do it in this way.
Thompson running the floor, and a foul. And Thompson grabs his left knee, now writhing in pain. Steph Curry slamming the ball on the court, so upset.
So what's up guys, Mike here, and today we are looking at just how absurdly impressive Klay Thompson has been after his Achilles injury specifically. Because somehow after returning from not one, but 2 major injuries, despite the fact that we always knew that Klay was going to need to shake off a lot of rust, when Klay started to play poorly this season, people started to give him a just uncalled for amount of shit. They said he wasn't the same guy. He was costing the team games. He just wasn't good enough anymore. But before we continue, guys, I am very excited to say that this video is sponsored by DraftKings. And as you guys know, it is our favorite time of the year. It is time to crown this year's basketball champion. And DraftKings Sportsbook is putting all new customers in the center of the action. New customers can bet $5 on any team and get $150 in free bets instantly. It is really that simple. DraftKings Sportsbook customers can also bet on the NBA with same game parlays, so you can combine multiple bets from the same game for a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. If DraftKings Sportsbook is not available yet in your state, DraftKings hosts huge daily fantasy contests every day of the playoffs with millions up for grabs each week. So guys, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use promo code Korzemba, bet $5 on any pro basketball team and get $150 in free bets instantly. That is promo code Korzemba at DraftKings Sportsbook. The link will be in my description. Again, thank you to DraftKings for sponsoring today's video. And now let's get back into it. Then exactly what we all knew was going to happen, what all of us were saying in the summer, happened. Klay proved that his work ethic and mental strength are just unwavering. The man only pushes forward despite the biggest of setbacks, and the NBA did begin to see it coming. The reason being that Klay averaged around 31 points per game in his final 6 games of the regular season. But not everyone was watching that. What they were watching was this, when Klay Thompson began the Memphis Grizzlies series, shooting brick after brick. In game 1, he shot 6 for 19 in a 1-point win, but then in game 2, he shot 5 for 19, 2 for 12 from 3, in a game 2 loss that was quite simply a stinker. Suddenly again, Klay was questioned like no other. And what did he do? Prove everyone wrong instantly again. I swear, if his shot is off in game 1 of the NBA Finals and there are questions, has Hall of Famer Klay Thompson suddenly lost the ability to shoot? I don't know if we can even address that potential narrative. It's just crazy at this point, because this is how Klay has always been. Not insanely streaky in a negative sense, but he has always been a huge ceiling raiser as a shooter. Someone who could put up 30 plus and win you a game in the playoffs, win you a game in the finals, which is where we are right now, and which is why in game 6 against Memphis, after that game 1 and 2 stinker, Klay Thompson showed he was game 6 Klay again, and that must have been so satisfying. I am so happy for him for this.
Memphis trying to force one. Thompson, you bet! 5 for 5 to the corner. Thompson connects. Thompson again. Looney another board. He's got 20. Thompson puts it in, and that might be the dagger.
Or if you don't love game 6 Klay, how about game 5 Klay in the Western Conference Finals?
And Thompson a 3. They are beginning to hit outside. Thompson and Finney Smith is on him a triple. Dug out by Looney. 3 Klay. Bullseye.
So Mike, you might be asking, Klay Thompson is obviously fine. He is incredible, actually. Why was everyone freaking out? Well, remember, when Kobe Bryant went down, it was a nightmare. I need to emphasize just how incredible Klay Thompson has been in this year's playoffs yet again. I am going to leave you hanging in suspense for a second, because if you are enjoying this content, please subscribe and turn on post notifications. It would be awesome if you subscribed and we got to 2 million subscribers. Now, guys like Kevin Durant have also returned from Achilles injuries recently, and KD said, I've been through surgeries and injuries before, but the longest recovery was 3 months. The first phase of the Achilles was 3 months. You can't walk around, you have to use a scooter. That is how serious an Achilles injury is. Fox News calls it the NBA's most devastating injury. They headlined an entire article with that title. Brandon Jennings is a great unfortunate example of a younger player who tore his Achilles after an incredibly bright start in the league. He scored 50 points in a single game in his rookie season, but after tearing his Achilles, he went from a starter, he went from a potential NBA all-star to someone who couldn't stay in the league. His NBA career was essentially over at the age of 25. And lately, people have wondered, what happened to DeMarcus Cousins? What happened to John Wall? Well, the answer is unfortunately again, Achilles injuries. They are devastating. They ruin careers even if you do work as hard as you can to get back onto the court. And so the fact that Klay is not only back, let's just take a look at his stats on the offensive end right now for the playoffs. This year, he is shooting 46% from the field, 40% from 3, and averaging about 20 points per game. That is around the same he has always done, except for 2016 where he was an absolute beast. But if we take a look over at his per 36 minute numbers, because you know, Klay is 32, he is coming off 2 injuries to be fair. He's only playing 35 minutes a game right now. In terms of his per 36 playoff stats, Klay actually has the second most points per game in a single playoff run of his career currently. He has 20.3, yet the Achilles injury Klay suffered is supposed to end a career. Look at the difference in Kobe Bryant's stats versus Klay's. In yesterday's video, I talked about how the Warriors are set up to be dominant for years to come. That's because they have so much young talent on their roster in Moses Moody, Jonathan Kuminga, and James Wiseman. Those guys are learning from the current stars on their roster, but those stars include Klay Thompson. And this team was built on the back of straight up hard work. Guys like Klay, Draymond, and Steph, they were not top 5 picks. They were guys that had to work to get here. And it is quite obvious Klay Thompson has put in that work. And it is also quite obvious to me that in the NBA Finals, we are about to get a show. So I cannot wait to watch it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Actually, subscribe and turn on post notifications. That way you never miss a video, because we are on the road to 2 million subscribers, guys. That is incredible. Thank you so much. And if you're already subscribed, thank you twice. You're awesome. We all know it. And as always, have an awesome day, guys. Enjoy the NBA Finals and cue that music. If you're still here while the music is cued, here are 2 videos I think you are definitely going to enjoy. I mean, personally, I think the one on the left might be more your style, but the one on the right looks pretty awesome too. Click one, let me know what you think, and again, have an awesome day.